Hello YouTube, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another 10 Car Tuesday episode, and I'm happy to bring to you another 10 Johnny Lightnings. We got a pretty decent mix here. Majority of this is kind of like muscle cars and stuff, ish, and we got a mix of some newer stuff, some older stuff. Anyway, should be an entertaining episode, so stick around and take a look and see what we got. Starting with this right here, one of 2,500. This is the 1972 Olds Cutlass 442 convertible, which is in release 3 for 2018. So about a year old now. Very limited production, 2,500. This is version A. I've actually got version B as well, but let's get version A out of here in this saddle bronze poly. This is a really nice looking car. Alright, so Johnny Lightning just does some stuff pretty neat. They're definitely hit or miss over the years with different toolings, and they changed hands a bunch of times and all of that. So they've had kind of an eclectic history. But that being said, they are one of the most interesting brands of diecast because they have such a wide variety of different stuff. Here's this one here. This is all metal. It's got rubber tires. It's got a metal base. It's got an opening hood with some detail under there. Very nice. Yeah, this one just looks fantastic. The Classic Gold series in general seems to get like the best stuff. And I love the look of the wheels on this car. I think they look absolutely great. The color of the paint looks great. Two-tone interior looks pretty good. That is definitely a nice one. Oh, 442 convertible. Looking pretty good. So details all around. Topless for the license plate. Let's go ahead and check out version B in mean green. Sequoia green poly. And this one is no slouch either. Basically, it's the exact same as the other one, except for it's painted green, where that one is painted that beautiful gold bronze color. And this one's a nice dark metal flake green. Looks fantastic. Let's go ahead and pop the hood real quick. Same detail under there. This one's got open sky for the license plate. Very cool. So I like these. They're very, very nicely detailed. Round 2 did a great job with this tooling, as they do a great job with most of the toolings, trying to give them a little bit more detail even than when they were out before. And I think these are no exception to that rule. So very awesome cars. Next up, we're going to take a look at one more from that same series. So limited to 2,500. This one is the 1965 Chevy Chevelle two-door wagon. And yeah, this is from the same series, release 3. So here it is in gold wood yellow. All metal, rubber tires. Gold wood for the plate. Of course, we're going to have an opening hood. The hood's tough to open, but we got her. Looks okay. This tooling looks alright. Looks a little oddly proportioned. It looks small for a wagon, of course. Johnny Lightning does tend to run a little bit smaller than 1/64 scale. The wheels and tires look pretty good, though. It's got a pretty good look to it. And it's the color's not my favorite. But let's check out this next one. So the version B looks a lot cooler to me. This is in Danube Blue. And it's a two-door wagon, which is kind of cool. Chevelle two-door wagon. So here it is in Danube Blue. It looks like we've got a slight base issue with this one. Maybe not. Maybe that's just how it naturally sits. Just looks like it's a little high in the front. This would be easy to turn into like a gasser. Yeah, it seems like that base isn't sitting on quite proper. Let's go ahead and open the hood on this one. Hood opens a little bit easier. Same motor detail. I like the wheels on this one a little bit better. But it does look a little messed up. Like the hood doesn't really shut completely down all the way like it does on this one. And it seems like the ride height's a little off. This thing's like kind of sitting up. This would be a cool casting, I think, to do a gasser custom out of. I can't tell what that says. It looks like, I don't know. I'm not even sure if that printing is screwed up or not. It's hard to tell. But yeah, that base, something's up with the way this base is on here. Probably some flashing from the casting is preventing the base from sitting all the way down. But the color's cooler than the other one, and the rims are cooler. But kind of a disappointment. It's got a little bit of quality issue there. All right. Next up, we're going to take a look at this. This is a Holiday Classic Series from 2002. The Volkswagen Beetle. I kind of loosely collect this Beetle casting. There was a lot of different castings in this series, and they came in this kind of like chrome finish. And it also came with one of these, which Greenlight later adapted as well, I believe. Their holiday ornament series. So this just clips into the top, and you can hang it in your car from a tree if you want to do that. From a Christmas tree, or you could, I don't know, hang it from somewhere else. Kind of a nifty idea, oddball idea. Johnny Lightning was full of those oddball ideas back in the day. There's the chrome finish. You can see me looking into my iPhone, filming this video. So, pretty cool. It's a nice finish to it. Looks neat. It's got rubber tires, metal base, chrome polished base. No real extra graphics except for the 2002 right there. And then we got your normal headlights and taillight action. And a pretty decent casting of this Beetle. That's pretty cool. I'm glad to have that one. Let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so we're about halfway through here. Next up is another modern one before we go old for the rest of the video. This is we got two more modern ones. This is black. This is a fan favorite casting though, the 1980 Chevy Malibu. These are limited to 2016 pieces. This is in Muscle Cars USA 2018 release 3. So it came out probably about the same time as that classic gold release that we just looked at. These are pretty limited. And man, this car looks awesome. Just in black. Exclusive. It is really cool. Really, 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 really cool. Or wait, was this never mind. This was a hobby exclusive. This was not in release 3. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this was actually a hobby exclusive release of this car. In black. Man, that looks fantastic. Looks really good in just black. If I can get this hood open. The hood does open on these. This one's being difficult, so we're just going to skip it. Besides, I just want it to look just like this, and a little paint flaw right there in the hood. Nothing major. But man, that looks menacing in just black. What a classic looking car. It's so awesome. I like that casting a lot. Some of those castings, if you're trying to find that one, are tough to find, and they can be expensive. So I think that one's going to end up going up in value too, because it's only 2,000 some pieces. This one's 2,432. This is in, I guess, 2018 release 5 for the Muscle Cars USA. The 72 Plymouth Satellite Sebring Plus. Which is basically a Plymouth Roadrunner, right? It's pretty cool. That's neat. This car was also available, I think, in black and silver, and I do have the alternate color of it somewhere. But yeah, this is a nice looking casting. Looks like the windshield's in a little weird. That's usually fixable pretty easy. You just push a toothpick into the back there and it'll pop it right up into where it's supposed to be. I've seen that one before. Again, the hood should open, but I'm not going to bother with it. So I'm sure I'm not showing you the full thing by trying to force that hood open, but if I can't get it right away, it's just not going to happen. It's a nice car, though. That's a cool casting. I like that. All right, so there's that. And then we got 3 more, and these are all going to be slightly older ones. This is a 55 Chevy Nomad in the Street Freaks Scrapin' release. So Street Freaks. This was 10 years of Johnny Lightning. Interesting. Okay. And that was in 2003. All right. Let's go ahead and open it. So they're not counting all the way back to when they released those other cars. All right. So this one is their standard Nomad casting with the really tiny wheels on it. These are actually plastic, those wheels, but they look really good. And overall, this looks pretty cool with those little wheels on it. Let's go ahead and open the hood. There you go. You got motor detail. A nice gold finish. This does not have articulating suspension like the Revell Lowriders or the Racing Champions counterpart to that. But it looks really cool. I like the gold base on it. It's a nice touch. Gold wheels look really good. And this is just kind of a unique release from Johnny Lightning. This series, I don't know how many of these scraping cars that they came out with, but I think this is probably, I think I might have 2 of these in my collection. This is the second one. And I still think it's fairly interesting to look at. My Johnny Lightning collection is just kind of getting a little crazy. I've got so much of it. And here's this one. This is another fan favorite casting. This is the 1983 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme in the calendar 2005 Coca-Cola collection, which not a huge fan of Coca-Cola themed merchandise. Coke is it. Coke is it. It's it, bro. Yeah. Yep. Catch a lot of flack for this every time I mention it. I prefer Pepsi. Sorry, guys. And is this hood open on this one? I don't think the hood opens on this casting. If it does, it's like the tightest hood line I've ever seen. I don't think it opens at all. Yeah. I'm going with that, so no. This one does have rubber tires. It does have a metal base. It would be a really awesome looking car if it didn't have the Coke tampos on it. The little one on the back is kind of classy. But this stuff, I'm just not a fan of like advertising for soda on the side of a car. But as far as this casting goes, this tooling, I'll get any of them that I can find for cheap. And this was cheap, and I picked it up, and it'll join the collection. Pretty cool car, though. the car itself is pretty cool. All right, next up is this guy right here. This thing looks pretty sweet. This is a 13 Customs Chevy Caprice wagon 13 Customs R1. So I think 13 Customs release 1. So there had to have been, yeah, there was a whole release then of 13 Custom stuff. I think I've got the Pontiac Firebird convertible. I don't think I have the other ones. But this one looks really cool, this Caprice wagon. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's got plastic tires, plastic rims. But they look good on this car in particular. This is a nice looking wagon, I think. Hood opens nice and easy, so we can check that out. Not much for real detail in there, but it's got some paint in there. Taillights look pretty good. Front end headlights look okay. That's not a bad looking one at all. All right, so that was 10 cars, guys. That was 10 cars for this 10 car Tuesday episode. And I gotta say, my favorite one that we looked at today was definitely that one. I think that looks just mean. And then I think second place actually might be this one here, this old 442 in gold. Just this very striking. Although this one was really cool too and really interesting. I'd say my least favorite were probably these wagons right here. Just because of this, I don't know, what appears to be a casting issue with that hood not closing and stuff like that. Otherwise, this would be a pretty sweet release. Beetle's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. And this would be great without Coke. Excuse me. All right, so that's going to be the end of this video. Sorry about that. So thank you again for tuning in to another 10 Car Tuesday episode. If you watched my last Diecast weekly episode, I did mention that this week was supposed to be for trucks, Hot Wheels, but I didn't get around to actually writing down the casting history for the castings I was looking at. And I usually do that with Hot Wheels, so I decided to do something else here and take a look at a few Johnny Lightning. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you enjoy these episodes, take a look at the playlist for 10 Car Tuesday. There are a lot of them out now, and they span different brands. There's some M2, Johnny Lightning, Greenlight, and of course a bunch of Hot Wheels, some Matchbox, all of that good stuff. So please hit that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button, please, if you're new. And drop a comment and let me know which one of these cars was your favorite for this episode. Thank you very much and have a good day.